So it's been a while since we've done a video, and today is the 14th of December. It's 50 degrees out here.
All the snow is gone. We had snow and it is gone.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm trying to think of like where we've left off.
I think the end of October, I think.
Yeah. So since then, we've had Halloween, which was a crazy windy day.
Got very cold and windy suddenly on Halloween.
There was first sign of snow today, and thought I'd come down here and take a look at the waves, because they were talking about how the waves were going to be crazy, and I thought maybe I'd see somebody surfing out here, but I don't think that's the case.
You've been reading books?
Yes, I have. My friend Linda Serpy recommended this book, and I feel so grateful to her every single day. This book is just wonderful. It's called Radical Remission, and it's about a doctor who interviewed, I think, like over 1,000 people who have had cancer and have outlived their prognosis of, they were supposed to be dead within, they're sent home for hospice, and now they're survivors, and they found that their cancer is completely gone. It's just amazing. And what she's found is that there's 9 key factors that all of these people have in common. And some of it is like the clean eating, which is, extremely radical eating, and the taking meditation, doing meditation, and also just the emotional support and love from others, and how human touch is so important, and like I say, the love and support. And I feel that I've got people that I don't know that I've been in contact with through my blog, and I have love for these women just so strongly, and I just think it does help with us corresponding back and forth, and all of that positive energy has been helpful. And there's so much more. I'm still in the middle of reading it. I keep recommending it to people, and I've mentioned it to a few of my doctor. She said she read it, she loved it, my oncologist, my radiation oncologist. And then I just brought it up to another woman, nurse practitioner that I had an appointment with, and she said, you're like the 3rd person that has mentioned this book. So I've been doing some work at home, out of the house, on my computer and telephone for a company that Mark's sister works for, Karen works for, and it's been nice. I've been doing like data entry and phone calling and things like that, and it's very flexible with all my appointments. I'm able to put in the hours that I can do, and the company had an event, and I was lucky enough to be able to go down to Chicago after this was something I helped out on, this project, and then I was able to meet some people. But we ended up going to the John Hancock building, and we were at like the signature room on that floor there, 95th floor I believe it is.
What are you doing?
I'm vlogging.
Oh, cool.
We're just getting set up. This is the room. We're expecting, I think, 40 or 50 hospitals. Well, maybe not. At least 40 to 50 people, but maybe from like 15 different hospitals.
We're very happy, and it's a huge success.
Yeah.
And the night is a success, Amy. Please get the night.
It is. Oh my gosh. I know.
It could have been
it's
foggy.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
No, this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a more beautiful place. And if this doesn't get sales, I don't know.
I'm going to retire.
There's Michigan Avenue. You can see the little crooked line. And I think that's the Sears Tower over there. Well, or the Willis Building, or whatever the heck it is. I've had quite a few sporadic appointments with different various doctors, and one of them was with Dr. Kelly. She is my new radiation oncologist. Dr. Huang, right after I got done with my radiation, like 2 weeks later, she was left for Florida. So now I'm going to meet Dr. Kelly, and we're up at the Cancer Center because she's up here. She's not down in Kenosha. Boy, she was wonderful. She was I've only heard such great things about her. So she was very personable. We ended up spending an hour together. She never gave me a feeling of like having to rush out of there. Felt like I was her only patient. She's the one that read the Radical Remission book. So.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
You talked a lot about sex.
I did talk a lot about sex because it's like my quality of life is not so great right now. And she said that, that's why she wants me to see a gynecologist up here, because they deal with cancer patients that have gone through a loss of estrogen. And I can't have estrogen, but she said, there might be ways of having small doses of it, because she said, losing estrogen, it's like such a big part of your whole body, emotionally, you're mentally. The chemo stopped me from having my period, so now I'm immediately forced into menopause. So I never had that gradual time to readjust to everything. So now I'm glad that she gave me this information, and I will be going to a specialist to see what they can do. So when we met Dr. Kelly, I was having an issue with an ingrown hair. So she was kind enough to take a look at it and let me know what was going on. Even though this isn't her department, she says, oh yeah, that's an ingrown hair. This was right below my belt in the hairline down below, and it was painful. But I'm finding out, so for all of you who lose your hair due to chemotherapy, when the hair comes back, there is a chance that you can get the ingrown hairs, because I mentioned it at my last support group meeting, and 2 or 3 other women said they had the same issue, so I wasn't alone. But it's just painful. I had to stop doing any activity for a whole week. And the best thing to do was put the hot compresses on. I ended up going to the doctor because I didn't want to get an infection. It was all red.
It was almost like a golf ball.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Thing, and you were putting, Neosporin? Neosporin
and hot compresses. So
and you just kind of had to wait it out, mostly.
Yeah. Then it finally ended up, I guess bursting or whatever, and then going down, and so it was bruised for a while, and
for a couple of days there, you were having trouble walking, like you couldn't go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Anything. You're better now?
Much better. Oh. Yeah. I'm back to being active. So I went and saw Dr. Hijawi, my plastic surgeon, and he's just kind of tracking to see how my skin is doing. And because I'm going to have that final reconstruction surgery, the deep flap procedure done sometime in the summer. It could be June, July, August, something like that. I'm not sure. We haven't put a date down yet. But when he looked at me, he tried to move around the scar area, and it's so stiff and it's from the scar tissue from the radiation. So he said, oh, you need to have that worked on. So he sent me back to Gina, my occupational physical therapist, and I've been visiting her once a week. She showed me a few techniques and stretching. She said every single day you've got to stretch, and I was doing that for a while, but I kind of got lax. And when I'm sitting at the computer, I think that's just contracting everything, and that's what she said, that scar tissue from radiation is so different than scar tissue from a surgery. The radiated skin wants to just shrink up, and that's exactly how I feel. So then in March, I'm going to see him. I asked him about losing weight, because this is the pain in the butt. I have gained like 20 pounds since last year at this time. I look back at pictures and it just ticks me off. But apparently, and this is what Dr. Hijawi said, breast cancer patients tend to gain weight from the steroids, and I mean my appetite has increased, and maybe that's from the steroids too. And I was just eating junky, crappy stuff, even though I knew I shouldn't. I was doing that. So I'm trying to be much better, trying to work out, but I think everything, my hormones now are different. So anyway, he said I could lose weight. He said, go ahead and do the 20 pounds. Now, I'm like, okay, 20 pounds. Well, I haven't done it. I haven't lost anything. It seems like I keep gaining, and I've been eating so well.
And you've been going to the Y.
Been going to the Y
3 or 4 times a week, right?
Oh, 5 days a week. I've been swimming. I went today and did I swam just maybe 2-3 laps because then one of my friends was talking to me. But then I did the aqua size, and I really worked my arm, and that's in the deep pool. So I'm getting a lot of movement, a lot of backstroking and stuff like that, which is very helpful. So he said, yeah, lose the 20 pounds, come see me, and then we'll talk if you can go any further. Because I need to have fat and stuff for that surgery. So, but you would think they would give me incentive. This cute doctor telling me to lose 20 pounds. So we enjoyed our Thanksgiving celebration. Normally, we just visit one family. It's every other year. My family, because they're so large, we end up meeting at the fire station in Paris, Wisconsin. And it's able to accommodate all of us, maybe 50 of us or something like that. And then after that, we ended up going to Mark's mother's house and had a nice celebration there with his family.
But then it also was a little bit sad after that.
Yeah.
My mom's cousin,
who is like a sister, Wanda, she passed away Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So her funeral, the wake, was on Friday.
And it was in Cicero, Illinois.
Yeah.
Home of Al Capone.
Yeah, your mom grew up down there.
Yeah.
So she took us on a little tour, which was pretty cool. Her parents had a grocery store. That grocery store is still there. The third set of windows by the tree is where I used to sleep. That was my bedroom. Oh. It was right next to the attic. The attic goes to the front of the house. And Vern Brinker was one of my boyfriends, actually my boyfriend at that time, and he and his cousin Jim Flanagan used to crawl up the tree and talk to me. They'd be up in that tree talking to me. Well, that's This is our friend Marie. We're at a reunion in July of 2013. That's right before my cancer diagnosis. I've known Marie my whole life because she and my mother grew up together.
And we always waited at Christmas time because your grandma would send us a big package, a big box, and a gift for each of us through the mail.
Wow.
Marie
is an artist and lives near us in Racine. So we passed her neighborhood on the way to this year's artist open house and thought about her. Little did we know she was already at the open house, showing her work like she has for the past 18 years. And she ended up selling all of her, she makes beautiful cards.
They're gone.
Greeting cards that have the dried flowers. They're beautiful.
The Horlick Dam is the favorite. Everybody loves this one.
Yeah.
Because they can relate to it if they're older or like...
They remember that.
Yes.
Because this is from an old photograph?
Yeah, 1932.
I ended up getting my hair cut. I don't know if you can tell, but I ended up getting it a little shorter, kind of like a pixie, I guess. Mark called it when he saw me. Had 2 appointments up at Freighter, one of them being with a counselor. I've been kind of going through the depression now. This year is where the depression stuff is hitting me about just everything. Not so much just cancer, it's just life itself. And I guess my hormones are different, so she ended up increasing the medication that I'm on. We're going to give that a try, and she might increase it a little bit more. So we're just going to see how that goes. I meet with her in 2 weeks to follow up. But the great thing about it is that she herself is also a breast cancer survivor. Last year, she just said she just had her 1-year anniversary of her chemo ending. So her and I were there last year at the same time. I was starting chemo, she was ending chemo. So it really made me feel good that she knows where I'm at. My friend Cindy and I stopped by this house the other day when we were in town. We're in Kenosha, and I just couldn't believe how crazy it was, and I wanted to have Mark come back here and see it. I thought it was really pretty cool. This tree behind us has like it looks like falling stars, and I thought it was just crazy. I've never seen a house lit up so much like this. It's pretty cool. It was on the front page of the paper, of course. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I'm kind of in the holiday spirit now, seeing all of these lights around the neighborhoods, and I want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.